Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome once again to another awesome fiery fun stream. How are you all doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. This is your fiery friend again, the Infernoman, with the hottest in budget deck technology. But what exactly are we playing today? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, let's jump right into it and show you what we got. Let's see, where am I at? Ooh, there we are. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So, here's the game plan for today, everybody. So, sad news, of course, is did not make it into the early access event for Duskborn. It's okay. I'm not salty about that. So, either way, we still have something fun we can do today. So, I think, actually, we have a midweek magic event we can enter for a bit. So, let's go ahead, let's play a little bit of midweek magic. Regardless of whatever happens, though, we will definitely jump into our actual deck. And actually, our final deck for Bloomborough, at least we'll jump back into Bloomborough at a future date. But for now, there was one creature type we did not hit. We actually managed to hit every single creature type along the way. We did rabbits, we did, of course, all the other ones, rats we did last week on stream, we did early on lizards. You get the idea. The point is, of course, we have one more creature type, and that was mice. So we didn't hit Boros Mice, but we will definitely talk about that a little bit later in the stream. Otherwise, for now, let's jump into the midweek magic event. I kind of want to just start us off with a little warm-up here. Maybe I can practice a little bit of my own limited style gameplay by jumping in and seeing what we get here. So let's go ahead, let's try this out. Let's open up some of our packs here. Let's see if we get anything good. All right. So, okay, we got Iridescent Vine Lasher here. We got Clements. All right. Let's see what else did we get. So I think the best way to do this is, okay. What do we get here? So we have a couple of the sweet lizards that I like. Okay. I think I'm probably will just make this easy, and I'll probably just build, like, I don't know, something like a lizard deck, and I think we'll go from there. Oh, Suki, welcome. Thanks again for joining me today. Again, how are you doing today? Happy afternoon wherever you're at. Okay, so right now I'm just going to try to put together a simple little limited deck with the midweek magic event, and then we'll definitely jump into our mouse deck in just a bit. So let's go ahead. I guess we'll just slap it all together. It's not gonna really be anything super crazy. I just want to see if I can just get this done ASAP, just so I can get all of my rewards, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. So it's gonna be mostly right here. Let's see. Lizards. Everything that's a lizard, we're gonna try to throw all together real quick, and then we'll go from there. Oh. I'm doing great. Just again, another fun stream just before I get ready for work once again. Thanks again for asking. Appreciate it. Okay, let's see. All right. So we're going to try to put this all together here. And let's see. Okay, what else we got? Well, I don't think we have enough for a full lizard deck, so I guess we'll just kind of fudge it just a little bit here. Board. I actually don't need the Uncharted Hate. Actually, hold on. Tree Mascot, Patchwork Banner. Oh, we got two of those. That's great. Okay. So let's see. Let's try to even this out just a little bit here. So let's see. Might of the Meek, I guess. Let's see. I guess we'll throw in more of the actual raccoons and stuff. Maybe that would be more helpful. Okay. Trash. Okay. Almost done. Almost done. And let's see here. Put in those teapots. Brew here. Let's see. I don't know if I want the Uncharted Haven. Sorry. Mumbling a little bit right now, everybody. Don't worry. We'll get this done real quick. So, Uncharted Haven, I guess. And I guess we'll go... let's see. Moonrise Cleric, I guess, would be helpful a little bit there. Let's see. And then finally... oh, you need 2 more cards. Okay. That. And... okay, and then we'll put that as our finisher. Okay, I think we'll go good from there. Okay. So let's do this event. We'll see how fast we can get through this event. And then from there, we'll definitely go all in on playing a Boros Mice deck. The reason why I didn't actually put together mice in the beginning was it seemed pretty cut and dry. And I realized, and I'll talk about this a little bit more when we actually get to the deck tech portion, but I realized mice weren't as... originally they didn't seem as diverse as, say, some of the others. Yeah, the other creature types out there definitely had a little bit more to work with and a little bit more diversity. So mice are a little bit more predictable. However, we did manage to find a way to play it and explore. We tested this deck out last night, and I think I have something that's actually really fun to do, and it does kind of also put a little bit of a difference on a previous deck we had earlier. But I'll talk about, again, more of that soon enough. Otherwise, let's go ahead, let's get into the game. So we have Fountain Port Bell. We'll take action, of course. We will add on top. What do we add on top? I guess we'll get another swamp. Put that on top. So we have plenty of mana, which is good. But we will definitely need to start casting things soon. Looks like our opponent's going to run on rabbits there. That's cool. Alright, swamp there. 3 tree mascots. Go from there. That Fountain Port will probably sack soon just to draw a card, just so we can just get some more action going. And with that, opponent, what do you got? What you got for me today? Long Thunder, alright. Well, it's unfortunate, but that's okay. We got a tapped fish out of the deal, so that'll help us out soon. I don't want to take too much time on this one, so hopefully we can get through this event ASAP. Wow. Oops. I probably should have put down the swamp instead. Okay, it's fine. Sacrifice Fountain Port Bell. Draw a card. Okay, we actually can still cast something then. Bonebine Orator. Swing with our fishy. Okay, Orator for 4 mana. We can exile it from our graveyard and then return another creature card from our graveyard to our hand. Okay, that'll be helpful a little bit later on. At least decent for chump blocking for now. But otherwise, let's see. Moonrise Cleric will be nice just to help us stabilize and gain some life. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. They played their Bunny. So let's see. We will take that out before it gets too strong. Down to 12. Ouch. Okay. Don't worry, everybody. We still have ways of getting out of this. Moonrise Cleric. No attack yet. Okay. Scales of Shale. So this will be helpful once we have another one of our lizards out. But otherwise, while I'm going through this event, question I'll ask for all of you. The poll, if you haven't seen already on my channel, poll is up on YouTube right now if you are interested in voting to see what you want for the upcoming Duskmourn set. So, future FYI now, I usually don't say it this early, but we are looking at doing a stream, I think Wednesday next week, same time most likely today, for the... We'll just hold out there. So I'm looking also next week on Wednesday, depending on how long it takes for the poll. Whatever we get, I will then spend the time to make sure we do get what you want to see on stream. I actually already have a deck ready to go that's in Brawl for Duskmourn. We're just waiting for the specific cards to drop from the set, and then we'll do some slight modifications to it, and then we'll definitely have something really awesome and hilariously powerful for Brawl. But at least until then... Alright, so let's see. How do we do this here? I guess we'll block here. And then we'll play Scale of Shale. Pump this up. Gain a little bit of life. Takes out one of their creatures. Okay, well that's not too bad there. Okay, so with that... Let's see how do we do this. Okay, hold on. We control. We throw away one of our swamps. Draw 2. We give them a fish. Okay, so with that, how do we do this here? Okay, I think we got this. Okay. Okay, no attack yet. Flame Cache Gecko. We can use its ability, of course, to then keep filtering to our deck. So I do like what this card can do. This is actually a pretty sweet card. Okay, come on, opponents. Well, we definitely have the advantage versus us. But I think this time around, depending on how long it takes, if it takes a little bit too long, I'm giving this at least maybe another 30 minutes. But if it takes too long for us to get through this event, we will probably cut this short and just go right into our fun with our deck. So let's see. We will block here, block here. Let's see. Hold on. 7. Oh, that is lethal. Okay, so I guess we don't have a choice there. Down to 3. Ouch. Okay, that's okay, everybody. Throw away the Fountain Port. Draw a card. Okay. Is there any way out of this, or are we just dead? I think that's the question now. Huskborn Swarm. And then, no, we don't have anything else here, so... Okay, I think we lost this one, so We'll just concede now, just to kind of cut on time here. Just jump to the next match. That's okay. Okay. Suki, I'm extremely excited for Duskmoor, especially the dredge mechanic. Oh, yeah. So, even though I'm not really a big fan of horror, the deck does have some really, really sweet cards that I'm actually looking forward to playing with. I'm actually hoping that we will definitely have some fun. I know we will definitely have fun, but I mean, like, what we can come up with, some new spicy ideas for future decks. Being able to cast cards for free and flipping them when they need is fun. Oh, yes. So you're also talking about the, what is it? I'm guessing you're looking at manifesting some fun cards there. Sorry. Manifesting, I know. The kids these days. I know that's one of those hip words. Makes me sound, I know, saying oldness, but, you know, they're saying I manifest. Manifesting a really awesome set. But, yes. We'll definitely try out all the mechanics. We'll definitely put together a deck, at least one of each, as time goes on. So we're definitely going to have a lot of fun with that when we get more of the set. I hope, though, that with what we get, it'll be something that hopefully won't be too overwhelming for... I don't know what I'm saying here. I guess what I'm trying to say is we're hoping that the... Let's see, actually, do I want to pump? No, won't block. Hopefully the set will definitely have some awesome stuff that we can put together, and it'll be actually really exciting for us to play with. I guess that's what I was trying to say. I don't know what I was trying to say earlier there, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, Patchwork Banner. We will put it on Lizard. Gives us a little bit of pump there. And do we do this now? Let's see, do they take the bait? Life gain and drain. Do you have an answer, opponent? They do block. Alright, that's fine if they want to block. We'll just pump here, draw a card. Okay, so I know we didn't really get much there, but I just want to start drawing into more action here. We're definitely going to need stuff out soon. Okay, so. Opponent swings. Mentioned it before, but I'm definitely not a fan of limited play. I know some people out there love limited. They like playing draft style. Draft is definitely not my style. You can definitely tell I'm not very good at this, but I will definitely have... I can definitely have some fun with it. Bonebine Orator. Alright. Patchwork Banner again. I don't even know what I would call here. I guess... Let's see. I guess it's the squirrel? Give it a little more pump. I guess that'll work. Sort of. Okay, so let's see. So we got a removal spell. We control a raccoon. We can then do a little filtering, but we don't have that. Well, how do we get out of this? How do we get out of this? We don't really have very many good options. Maybe I should redo this deck. I don't know. Okay, opponent is swinging again. They ping us for 1. They gain menace, so now they can swing free of blocks. It's okay. Not mad. Come on, opponent. What do you got? Otterball antics. Shale of scale. Scales of shales. Shales of scales. I don't... You... Okay. I'm not going to bother trying to... Alright, get rid of that. And then... Let's see, do we want to swing here? Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Nothing? Cool. Alright. So, at the very least, with our Patchwork Banners and the Fountain Port, we can then start making some blockers. Hopefully that should at least buy us time. But otherwise, I kind of looked over part of the poll already, and it looks like many of you want to see me do a room deck, so... Let's see. Make a fish. We will block their otter. Do you want to pump? Nope. Go down to 5. Alania. Really cool card. I do like this card, but we don't want it with what we're dealing with, so let's see. Okay, we'll put this on black, I guess. And then Do they take the bait? All right, they don't. Give us a little pump there in power. We go back up to 10, they're at 11. So we're still in this fight, just a little bit. But can we get there? All right, Harnesser of Storms. Okay, do they trigger off? Okay, so they do give us a card. That does mean they make an extra copy. So it's a little scary, but that's okay. This is fine, everyone. We will get through this. Come on, opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Okay, swinging away. Block with a Teapot Slinger. So just stall out for now. Best that I think we can do. Water Ball Antics. Do they then do more copying? It does mean you'll have to give us cards, opponents. Oh, they do give us cards. Okay. Well, that's fine. Okay. Quake Tusk Boar is coming. Might be a little scary. Actually, no. They didn't have to. Okay, that's even better. So, here's how we do this. Teapot Slinger. Taking our opponent down to 9. Cindering Cutthroat as a 5/4. So, nice. Okay, so we do have a little bit of power now behind the wheel. No attacks yet. We're just going to stall out. So while we're stalling... But yeah, I was mentioning, I guess on the poll right now, it looks like all y'all want to see me do a Rooms deck. I'm actually kind of excited to do that. I think that was probably the one creature type that I'm actually looking forward to building decks around. Rooms are definitely going to be quite slow and janky, but I think they're actually pretty amazing in any kind of mid-range or control deck. So we're definitely going to start building into that soon. Hopefully, though, we will be able to take advantage of some of the new, other cool stuff there. So at the end of the stream, I will give all of you a quick little sneak peek as to what we're planning for Duskmourn, at least for a Brawl deck. I have an idea for a regular Explorer deck, but don't worry. We will talk more about that in a little bit. So until then, though, let's see, what do we get here? I guess we'll make a treasure token. That'll be helpful for later. So until then, nothing yet. Pass. So the treasure token is just here to help us start drawing cards with Fountain Port here. Hopefully we can then just start getting back into this fight. Our opponent has 3 cards in hand. We only have 1. It's only a land, unfortunately. But we're going to see if we can try to fight our way out of this. We are in an interesting stalemate. But will our opponent swing? Oh, they don't. Okay. Well, that buys us more time. Okay, 3-tree mascot. So with that... It does get pumped from both of the Patchwork banners, which is actually kind of hilarious. So with that, okay, how do we do here? Nothing yet. Just have to pass again. Well, we came to an interesting standstill versus our opponent here. They're going to start drawing cards, but we will be able to start drawing cards too. So with that, Fountain Port, we will sacrifice a token. We'll get to draw a card. Okay, well, another land. Great. That doesn't help us at all, but okay, it's fine. It's fine, everybody. Okay, so with that, we'll pay Brazen Collector. We will make another treasure. Start slowly grinding out our opponent here. Put down the swamp and pass. Nothing yet. Hopefully we have some way of pushing through damage. Okay, opponent is starting to go off again. We'll see. Come on, opponent. No triggers? Nothing? Okay. Okay. And then, let's see, I'm trying to think, is there anything that, some of you that are watching right now, is there anything that you are not liking from Duskmourn? Like, is there anything that maybe that you were hoping that you would see that maybe you didn't see from the set? Or is there something that maybe you were, I don't know, was there something that maybe you were hoping that maybe wasn't actual trope that you were hoping was going to be in the set but didn't quite turn out as you expected? I guess maybe that's probably what I was going to try to say. But let's see. We will sacrifice another token, draw a card. Okay, more lands. That doesn't really help us, but that's okay. And we'll pass here. So I think if we can just kind of hold off a little bit here, we might be able to then buy ourselves enough time where we can start pounding out our opponent here, and then maybe we can get there in just a moment. All right, come on. Opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. They got Alania's Pathmaker there. Let's see. Sinister Monolith. I don't remember this card at all from the set. Beginning of your combat on your turn, each opponent loses 1 life. You gain. Oh, okay. I don't remember that card at all. This was in the sets? I kind of like what this card does, but I didn't know this was actually in there. Okay. Interesting. Okay, they do more exiling. Oh, they have a Gev. But they don't really have anything to really cast with it, so... Okay. That does now start putting a clock on us, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Suki, I was hoping for references to old horror movies like Jason or Freddy. Yeah, even though, again, I may not be the most proficient when it comes to horror, I will say I was honestly kind of expecting a little bit more from, like, the old school. Because, again, the whole point of this set is, you know, house and 70s, 80s, kind of 90s horror, but no Jason or Freddy reference. I was expecting some kind of, like... I know we do have a couple of frightening creatures like human assassins in the set, but they kind of didn't really go in the direction I was expecting with it. It just kind of felt a little, I don't know, bland? I guess I was expecting more personally, but it just, yeah. No, I don't know if they're waiting for like a secret lair, but the secret lairs they announced did not have anything to do with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. They have a really cool Ghostbusters ones. I actually really like the Ghostbuster ones, and I think I actually might buy those ones. But I'm honestly surprised they didn't do, like, a secret lair set that was all of the iconic horror, like, horror creatures out there. Like, a secret lair I thought was going to come out that was going to have, like, Jason and Freddy. Like, maybe I was like, I don't know, like Massacre Girl? I think that actually would have been hilarious to do, like, if they were going to do that. So our opponent has removal, so I don't know if we're going to win now. Now they're going to start picking off our key things here. But, yeah, going back to that, yeah, so there was no... I was expecting... I don't know. I mean, there is a Child's Play with Chucky. They do have him. But Chucky, I would have expected would have been, like, a singular card with Freddy, with Jason. I don't know, who else would I put in there? Leatherface? I guess that would be another one. I mean, if we want to talk a little bit more modern, I don't know, what's his name? From, Jigsaw, I guess? Maybe? Okay. I don't know. I guess I will have to agree, Suki. There was some misses there. So I think that's probably something that's a little disappointing about it. Okay. We're unfortunately probably not going to win this one here, everybody. But I guess we'll try again a little bit later. Block here. I'm just trying to take out the creatures. So we did lose. Okay. You know what? We'll give this at least 1 or 2 more games. Because honestly... I'm not feeling... I usually don't... I don't get into these limited special events. Even though it is free, I'll try 1 more. And then if it doesn't work out, we're just going to jump into our actual deck for today. So don't worry, everybody. Things are going to get a lot more exciting soon. Hopefully, again, maybe we can at least get 1 win here on stream. But we'll jump into something else in a bit. But yeah, just a little bit of a miss, honestly, on what they could have done with Duskmourn. Speaking of which, I'll have a fun, hilarious little video that's going to come out just to help for those of you out there who are trying to figure out how do I get ready for Duskmourn. I'll put that as a short on Friday. So in a couple days, I'll finish that up maybe hopefully tonight, and I can throw it out there for Friday while I work on the next deck tech. We will have another mini deck tech just to kind of, I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit of padding for me. So I'm not trying to, you know, purposely just stall for time. But again, with Duskmourn coming out, I'm actually already in my head mentally brewing for that. So I figured we could throw out maybe like an ultra budget deck tech on the weekend just to get you guys something to enjoy. For those of you who are looking for something super ultra budget to play that kind of helps look at, again, an awesome deck archetype from the past that we can then revive on a super cheap budget. And then again, we'll probably squeeze out some kind of, maybe I'll do another booster pack opening on Tuesday. Wednesday will then be the day we're going to be debuting with Duskmourn. I know the set comes out on Tuesday, but I mean, you know, big boy job stuff. Once we get, of course, have a little bit of time, I'll definitely finish up that deck. We have already 2 decks that are ready to go for the set. I'm super duper excited to try out, again, Rooms. But we also have, again, 1 really creepy card that kind of triggers my almonds a little bit there. But we'll talk about what I mean by that in a bit. There is definitely a deck I built around a specific creature that kind of... I don't like. I'm just going to say right now. the hint I'm going to give you is I don't like clowns. And I think I'll just leave it at that. But I do have one based on one specific card in the deck, or I'm sorry, in the set that we'll focus on for an upcoming deck tech. I think I'll do that one as a stream. Maybe I'll do that one as a stream, and the full deck tech will most likely be the Room Enchantment deck. But don't worry, it's going to be really, really awesome either way. Okay. Anyways, going back to here. Let's see. We'll put Kindle Spark Duo out. We'll go swinging. Come on, opponent. What do you got? You got 3 mana open. You got 5 cards in hand. Do you have removal? Okay, then let me trigger off the pings. Anything? Block? Yes? No? Maybe something? Okay, down to 18. We're up to 21. Suki. Oh, that guy. Oh, yes. Yes. You definitely know which card I'm talking about. I honestly am not a fan of clowns. I do not like clowns. I had a little bit of a slightly traumatic experience when I was younger. But the point I'm trying to make, though, is there is a specific card. If you look it up from the set, it actually does kind of a cool thing. So I'm actually looking forward to actually utilizing that card for leading a Brawl deck. So we'll definitely throw that together on stream next Wednesday. I'm sure you guys will love it. I think his ability is pretty cool, but yeah, I don't like clowns. Yeah, you and me both. That makes 2 of us. But yeah, not gonna lie, his ability is kind of cool. So I kind of play tested the deck already, utilizing kind of like a stand-in 3-drop creature just to get a feel for the deck. And I think it actually works very, very well. But once we get him into the deck as the leader, it's actually going to be really gnarly. I will have to kind of comb through a little bit of Duskmourn just to double check if there was any cards I'm missing specifically from the set that maybe we can add in and get some more value out of. But yeah, good guess. You figured out the card. I knew you were going to figure it out. But otherwise, okay, back to the match here. So let's see. So we got... Okay, how do we do this here? We'll ping. Down to 15. Brazen Collector. Swing here. And then, let's see, how do we do this here? Let's see, do we do it now? No. So, if our opponent is not going to get cheeky, we can always just kind of pump this, our shale to scale, and then get a little bit more value. We'll see. We shall see. Opponent's got still a full hand in. Right. Star-shaped Cleric, or Starscape Cleric. Okay, they offspring it. Can't block though, so that does give us an edge. Come on, opponent. Nothing yet. Alright. Uncharted Haven. So, interest tapped. Put it on black. C. We will ping. Okay. Let us get rid of one of them. Untap. Exiled. Swing, swing. Get a little extra mana. We ping them down to 11. Okay, now we're actually finally getting somewhere. Finally. Ooh, they do block. All right, well, that's a choice about it. They lose the card. Down to 10. And we'll pass. All right, come on, opponents. What do you got? What do you got? Another land. They have 5 cards in hand. Okay. Question for anybody out there that's watching right now, with again, as always, if you're watching this on the replay, or if you're watching right now live on stream, are there any other cards that stand out to you from the set? Like, is there 1 or 2 cards that you go, yes, that is definitely the card I have to play. Maybe I have to own a copy of it. Just something that's going to bolster a future deck that you want to play with. Let me know. Maybe there might be something that I missed from the set. And it doesn't even have to be like a rare or legendary card. Maybe there's a couple of commons or uncommons out there that actually can do some really sweet work. I do know there's a couple of cheap cards that I think are going to be really, really amazing to then kind of give some of our future decks that we're going to make upgraded. They're mostly, again, going to be effects that I've seen already, but they're actually going to be pretty cool to get a new update to. Oh, okay. Dewdrop Cure. All right. Well, opponent brings back Bone Cache Overseer. Okay. I mean, that's fine. This is fine. But yeah, I think... Okay, okay. Opponent. What do we exile? I guess get rid of the Slinger. It's a little expensive anyway, so it's fine. We still have already a game plan here that we can help us get through. Opponent? Nothing from our opponent there? Nothing? Maybe? Something? Got 3 cards in hand, opponents. So, I think we're definitely in control of this one. But here's how, again, I'll just be honest with you. I'm not really too fond of this event. But as soon as we can get through this match, we'll definitely just start jumping into our actual deck tech. Because I don't want to waste too much time on midweek Magic this week. It wasn't my thing, but... Oh, our opponent just kind of gave up. Yay! I guess I'll take the win. So that's cool. I'll get that. Oh, hold on one second, everybody. So let's see. We'll claim real quick. And... Okay, so I'm going to hold on 1 second while I try to make an adjustment here. And I think we'll go right into our actual deck that we're going to do today. Sorry, just give me a moment here, everybody. Let's see, and we're looking to see... Sorry. Just had a minor little bit of spam there. So we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Okay. Anyway, moving back on, everybody. We're now going to just go over our deck tech and stuff. I don't want to spend too much time on midweek Magic, as I mentioned earlier. So let's just go ahead and dump into what you really came here for. So without further ado, this is a deck I'm simply calling Boros Mighty Mouse. But, okay, we're going to make a slight adjustment here so you can actually see this a little easier. So, boop, 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 make an adjustment. There we go. Much better. Okay, so, as I mentioned earlier when I was talking at the start of the stream, I kind of had to think to myself, okay, Boros Mice is definitely something that I love. I did like this deck to a degree, but the problem is Boros Convoke is a thing, and we wanted to find a way to also go somewhere in between the Slickshot show-off decks that are in Standard, which kind of just go with 1 or 2 creatures and just go super big and then just go and smash their opponents, or the super wide option of Boros Convoke. And I think our mouse deck that we have built for Explorer today kind of does a great job of kind of blending both strategies. So what exactly do I mean by that? Well, what I'm basically saying is we're going to utilize our final creature type from Bloomburrow, which is mouse. So this is an entirely Boros Mice deck, but it, again, is going to blend in some of the cards that you probably have seen already. So cards like Heartfire Hero are going to be here, and then we're going to then try to see, we can then do super big or super wide, depending on what our opponent's doing. Oh, okay. Sugi, you like the pre-con landfall deck. You really love how the commander works. Oh. So were you planning on buying that one? Is that going to be one that you're actually going to add to your collection? Were you going to actually buy that one just to keep as stock? Or were you going to look at maybe buying that and upgrading it with some other decks? There actually were quite a few awesome landfall decks that came out this year in Commander. Like, I know from Modern Horizons 3, they had the Tricky Terrain one. That one I realized I actually look right behind me on my desk. I bought the deck itself, so I have the landfall deck from Modern Horizons 3. But I haven't opened it still. It's been several months and it's been sitting on the back of my desk. And I just haven't had time to actually open it and utilize it for upgrades. But yeah, that one definitely looks cool. Personally, for me, I like the Punisher deck that they have, the Rakdos one. But of course, that's kind of my style of gameplay. I'm debating if I want to get that one or maybe I'll wait until it goes on sale. I think maybe I'll hold off on that one. That one, that Group Slug one, I like being the nasty player that like will just go and just kind of, oh, okay, well, maybe y'all you want to draw some cards? Well, too bad. You're going to have to then deal with some damage after you draw your cards that I gave you. Cool. Okay. Anyway, let's go over ahead real quick with the deck tech before I kind of get too off topic here, and then we'll go into some matches, of course. So, as I mentioned earlier, the deck is focused on just trying to pump up some of our creatures, but also mice do have one major advantage versus some of the Boros Blitz decks we've seen in the past. I actually put together a Boros Blitz deck a couple years ago, so think of this as like an upgraded version and updated with an actual coherent creature type. So with mice, we have a lot of them that have what is called the Valiant mechanic. So Valiant just means that whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, then something happens. So that's actually kind of cool what this does with mouse, or I'm sorry, mice. I don't know. It's mouse is the creature type, mice in plural. I don't know. Words are hard. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's talk about the creatures first, and then we'll talk about the non-creature spells, lands, and of course, the best of 3 option if you want to go with the sideboard. So in other words, starting in the 1-drop slot, you have Cheeky House Mouse here. Oh, it's such a cute little mouse here. It doesn't do anything on its own. It's just a vanilla 2/1, but its sorcery ability is the reason why we have it here. Its Squeak By allows us to give a target creature +1/+1 until end of turn, and it can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. So this is great to sneak on by our opponent's creatures to push through some damage against them. In the otherwise 1-drop slot, we have Flowerfoot Swordmaster here. Really awesome little card here. It has the offspring mechanic of 2, so we can pay an additional 2 to make it a 3-drop and then make a token with it. However, with the Valiant ability, it says whenever this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, mice you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Wow, that is an awesome ability. And again, you don't have to actually cast a spell on it. All you have to do is just give it an ability, and this will trigger off. So this can help us kind of give all of our mice a really big pump to then close out the game against them. Continuing into the 1-drop slot, we also have the one and only Heartfire Hero. I love this card so much. This is such a sweet little card here. Yes, so Heartfire Hero, if you've played in Standard, you definitely know what this card's going to do. It's a mouse soldier with Valiant also, so whenever this becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, you get a +1/+1 counter on it. If it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. That is going to be something key. We'll talk about what we want that in just a little bit. Otherwise, going into the 2-drop slot here, we will also have Ember Heart Challenger. Same thing. If you've been playing Standard, you definitely know what this card does. It's a Mouse Warrior. It has haste, it has prowess, and the Valiant ability. So the Valiant ability for this one is whenever the Ember Heart Challenger becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, you exile the top card of your library, and until end of turn, you can play that card. Just kind of pseudo card filtering. It's card advantage, I guess, if you will. It just helps us just impulse draw something. Maybe we can cast it. Maybe it's a land drop we need. Maybe it's not something we need. We can just toss it away. Really great for flexibility and just helps us get through our deck to get what we need. We have 3 copies of Manifold Mouse here. This is another sweet little card. So this Mouse Soldier has Offspring too, so you can play it for 4 if you want to get a copy of something, but it just simply reads, at the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of Double Strike or Trample until end of turn. So this is an ability. However, the ability will trigger off Valiant for Ember Heart Challenger, Flowerfoot Swordmaster. Basically, it just helps us get more pump and value out of our cards. But since it's a free ability, you don't have to pay anything. That makes it really awesome to then get a ton of extra stuff out of our deck. And then finally, our last creature in the deck is going to be Mabel, Heir to the Cragflame. I actually really like this card. It's not the strongest and most ideal for this deck, but I threw it in there because it's flavorful, and it's such a cute little card, but it actually does have something cool to it. So Mabel is a legendary mouse soldier with a 3/3, and it says other mice we control get +1/+1. So it does pump up the whole team. And also when Mabel enters, you get to create the Cragflame, a legendary colorless equipment artifact token with equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has vigilance, trample, and haste, and you equip for 2. So remember, the ability for Valiant also will trigger off if you attach the Cragflame to any one of the mice. So this will trigger it off. So this is a great way to kind of put a little bit of extra value with those lands that you'll have. Maybe you'll have a little bit of extra mana left over. You can then attach this to another creature to get some more value out of it. So I absolutely love this cute little card here. I think I'm definitely going to get a copy for her for my Boros equipment deck. I actually do need to do that. I need to finish that deck at some point. Otherwise, going over the actual spells that we need to then get our whole game plan off here, since again, we are going to be playing now in Explorer, and the reason why is we do have a lot more flexibility with spell slinging we can do here versus say the standard version of this deck. So we have Blessed Defiance here, gives our creature +2/+0 and gains lifelink until end of turn. If the creature does die, we have to create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. We don't usually care about the spirit, but sometimes that might be helpful just to help finish off our opponent. Sometimes you can actually put even more of the spells that you have to pump it up, give that spirit a little extra power to kind of just fly over our opponent and hopefully beat them out. But otherwise, it's mostly just here to stabilize with the lifelink. Otherwise, your other options here, you have Gird for Battle, just a single copy of it, but this is actually really valuable. It gets to put 2 +1/+1 counters on 2 target creatures. That's actually pretty good for the going rate of only 1 mana. You can actually trigger off Valiant then with 2 creatures for only 1 mana. That's actually really great value. We will have a little bit of protection, so we have God's Willing here and Lord's Escape. It does seem a little weird to split them both, but hear me out for a second here. There are going to be some games where God's Willing is going to be more beneficial to you because it will give your creature protection from the color of your choice, and we get to scry 1. However, protection does not mean you will be protected against, say, something like Wraths, so you're going to need something else. That's why Lorne's Escape here can give your creature hexproof and indestructible. So not only can be avoiding being targeted removal, but also it can protect at least one creature from maybe, say, a Wrath that might blow up your board. And it also will scry 1 too. So they both kind of do the same thing. Depending on, again, which one you prefer, you can always kind of mix and match these. Your mileage will vary. Then we also have a single copy of Homestead Courage here. You put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature we control and it gains Vigilance. Also, it has flashback, so you can cast this again from the graveyard for extra value. So that's why we only need 1 copy. Think of it again as you have 2 copies of it instead in the deck. And then going into the remainder of the 1-drops, you have a ton, by the way, if you haven't noticed already. Might of the Meek, this is great for us because we are a mouse deck, so that way we can take advantage of this, which gives one of our target creatures trample until end of turn to push through damage, and also get a +1/+0 pump because we have mice, and also we get to draw a card. Wow, that's actually a lot of value for just a single red mana. Really nice. We do have some bit of removal that we can only get in this format versus, say, Standard, and that's going to be Reckless Rage. Reckless Rage will deal 4 damage to a card creature we don't control, but however, we will have to take 2 damage to a creature we control. So you have to have a creature out in order to utilize Reckless Rage. However, we have cards such as Emberheart Challenger, which have prowess, so that way we can cast it, say, on maybe like Emberheart Challenger. It will trigger itself off, gets rid of the creature, and then again, we can just keep our creature alive to keep our whole game plan going. We have a single copy of Show of Confidence here. If we do manage to get at least 1 or 2 extra 1-drops off, Show of Confidence is hilarious because the extra copies it can make can also trigger off Valiant again if we then add them to other creatures we control. So this is actually a really sweet little card here. We only need just a single copy. It just helps us again and get a little extra pump out of our deck. And then finally, oh, okay, Suki, you got to go? Okay, well, sorry about that. Didn't mean to read your other comments. My apologies on that one. Okay, so yeah, hopefully, again, you'll have some fun when you upgrade that. Again, have a great day. Take care. I'll see you again maybe hopefully next week. Have a great day, my friend. See you again soon. Okay, and sorry, to finish it off, everybody, we have Thud here. This is a simple little 1-drop. However, this helps us again with our whole game plan. Thud here means that we have to sacrifice a creature. However, Thud will deal damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. So if you haven't already figured it out, this is basically going to be the Explorer version of what Heartfire Hero does in Standard. So in other words, pump up Heartfire Hero, and then if you get to the very end, you then sacrifice it to the Thud. Both abilities will trigger off. So remember, when Heartfire Hero dies, it will deal damage equal to its power to each opponent. However, on the stack, you will also have Thud here. So this is where it gets awesome. So with Thud, Thud itself will deal damage equal to the creature's sacrifice power. So in other words, you will get 2 triggers off here for doing damage to your opponent's face to beat at them out. So if you cannot go super big, if you cannot go super wide, you can then just pump up at least Heartfire Hero, use the Thud, and smash your way in. That's basically how the game plan is going to work, everybody. That's how it's going to all go down. Now, in terms of, again, if you're interested in playing this in best of 3, and maybe you're that kind of player, here's what I'm going to recommend for you for the sideboard. A single copy of Shadow Spear here. So this is a legendary artifact equipment. It will give your creature +1/+1, trample, and lifelink. This is mostly just for lifelinking to help stabilize. Its secondary ability, however, can turn off your opponent's hexproof and indestructible. Just in case if you need that in a pinch, it's great. We'll have some other mice here. We have Nettle Guard here. This is mostly going to be your target artifact enchantment hate, so you have to sacrifice it, but it's a solid 3/1 if you do have it, and it does have the Valiant ability, so it does trigger off on its own with some other abilities and creatures and spells we have. If we need a little bit more stabilization and removal, you can also put in Lightning Helix. You can pull out, say, for example, Reckless Rage. Again, this deals 3 damage to any target. We gain 3 life. Really awesome card. An extra copy of God's Willing, extra copy of Lorne's Escape. Mix and match these how you need to for whatever your opponent is playing. Soul Guide Lantern is your catch-all graveyard hate for you. I always honestly recommend this. I cannot stress that enough. Get copies of this. It's helpful. It's flexible. If we do have a Wrath-heavy game we're playing, put in Make a Stand, gives all of our creatures some pump, and also will game them indestructible instead of end of turn. We have a single copy of Case of the Crimson Pulse here. So this is going to be just to help us draw some more stuff. We're going to be spell slinging quite a bit just to protect some things here. So at least a single copy of this, once you then empty out your hand, can be great to help refuel you each turn, as long as, of course, you then try to utilize those cards as best as possible. And then finally, a single extra copy of Mabel, Heir to the Cragflame, if you again want to just focus a little bit more on trying to get some more equipment-focused strategies going versus your opponent. Whew. Okay, I am out of breath as always, trying to explain all that, but you get the idea, everybody. All we just need to do is we just need to then just get a couple of our key mice out there, protect them, pump them up, do some damage, go super wide, go super big, sacrifice something to do extra damage, and then win the game. Can this deck pull that off on a budget? Well, you're about to find out. So let's go ahead, let's play. Let's check this into Explorer Ranked and see how well the deck does. Okay, Explorer Ranked. We're playing our Mighty Mouse. Let's see if we can do it, everybody. Let's see if we can do this. Whew, okay, sorry. I am going to have to breathe in for a second here, everybody. It was just a lot of explanation, but I'm glad you all stuck in there for me for that. Okay, so here we go, my fire friends. So we have Emberheart Challenger to start. We have a lot of pump. We have a thud, so we do have part of our strategy to finish off our opponent here, but we also have a Blessed Defiance for protection. So let's see. Can we do this? Depends on what our opponent's playing. All right, let's play Plains. All right, opponent, what do you got? What are you playing? Okay, Brushland. War Elves. Okay, so that should be... Hopefully this means we should... Ooh, okay, okay. We already got our Heartfire hero. That's actually pretty sweet. But to start, Emberheart Challenger. We'll just get some early damage here, down to 17. Okay, so our opponent is going to start cheating stuff out with War Elves, so we're going to have to be careful for what they're going to try to do here. Are they a Convoke deck? Are they Devotion? Are they Elves? Oh, okay. It's going to be a life gain deck. Okay, some way, somehow, everybody, we will try to fight our way through this because I'm not a fan of what this deck does, but we're going to try. So, Manifold Mouse. Here's how we do this. So we get to trigger this off, which is really nice. I love how that does. Okay, so what do we do here? So I think we do Double Strike. Okay, opponents. All right, with that, I think we'll then just pump here. Prowess. Down to 11. Down to 6. Nice. Not too bad, honestly, for what it does. Okay, so you saw right there, we definitely were able to at least push them to the point where they're now kind of be pressured to have to kind of gain some life. So, Collected Company, no surprise. They always have the Collected Company on turn 4. Really? Oh, come on. They actually got the Righteous Valkyrie off the top. Ugh. Okay, okay. We can recover, everybody. We can recover. I believe in us. Okay, so here's how we do this. So, pump this up. Give it Double Strike, but we don't need it, so no attacks yet. Pass turn. Okay, so I think the game plan now is if we can just try to keep them at least somewhat in check, maybe we can, I don't know, maybe we can just get there with a Heartfire hero. We do need a little bit more pump, though, so how do we do this? Kayla's Reconstruction. Okay, if our opponent gets too much life here... Ow. Come on! No! Opponents! Alright. Well, I'm not going to stick around for this. I'm sorry, the Angel deck always just rustles my jimmies. Every time we always try to play an aggro deck, I swear Arena always likes to make us fight this. It's not fun. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. We're just going to move on. All right, let's jump into some more ranked. Let's see. Hopefully, we should be able to get at least some wins with this deck. It is definitely fun. I can definitely tell you right now, it is definitely doable. But certain matchups, as you can kind of tell, we'll talk about this, of course, in the wrap-up, where you kind of run into some problems. Oh, wow, we don't have any creatures in this hand. Okay, we're definitely going to have the mulligan. Okay. Mulligan. Okay. Not ideal, but we can make it work. So how do we do this here? I think put back the Homestead Courage. Cheeky House Mouse is going to have to come in now just so we can start putting some extra damage out there. Okay, we got the Thud, which is great for later. Cheeky House Mouse. Squeak, squeak. Squeakin', squeakin'. Okay, Akdar Waste. All right.
Second planes. I guess we'll just pump up this mouse. That's probably our best option, I guess, just to put some more pressure on our opponents. Opponents? Do you have an answer? Oh, they have no more lies. Alright, so we now know for sure it is definitely going to be... It's going to be an Azorius control deck. Goody goody gumdrops. But at least we have somewhat of a shot with this. So here's how we do this. We'll just play with our mouse. It's tempting to put out the other mice, but we're going to have to hold off for a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, Field of Ruin. Mind of the Meek's not bad. At the very least, that does trigger off. So, let's just focus on trying to pump up our one and only little mouse here and see what they do. Come on, opponent. Okay, they let us draw. That's nice. Down to 12. Put that on the planes, and we pass. Where's our red mana at? We need more red mana. That's what we actually need. We don't need white. We have plenty of white. So if our opponent's playing Memory Deluge, I don't know what they grab, but it's probably not going to be good for us. Okay. All right, they did not shock themselves, because obviously they are thinking ahead about what they want to do. Opponents? Opponents? Anything? Maybe? Not much of Earth Light on that? Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. Put down Heartfire Hero. Okay, so if we can somehow pump up Heartfire Hero and get 11 damage through, we have a shot. Oh, okay. Well, Lauren's Escape's not bad. That's actually kind of nice. Okay, so we just swing here with our cute little mouse. Wandering Emperor. Okay, are they going to exile it? Well, thankfully, we're prepared for that. It does also trigger off the Valiant ability, which is actually sweet. Okay, so it gives it indestructible and hexproof, gives it a little bit of extra pump. I guess. I didn't think our opponent would actually have to waste a Wandering Emperor on just their simple little mouse, but okay, it does work. We'll keep that land, by the way. That actually is pretty sweet. I did forget to mention during the deck tech the lands. So you'll notice that we didn't have any of our tap lands like we normally do. But that's because, again, we're an aggro deck. I wanted to make sure we have as many untaps as possible. So that's why we did what we did. Otherwise, the key land that we do have is Rockface Village. This is actually going to be one that's going to actually help us trigger off a lot of our abilities for next to nothing.
Guards, to me.
Okay, well, our opponent here is playing... They're definitely playing Tuteri.
I know what must be done.
Okay, so with that, I think... This is how we do this. So, Heartfire Hero, taking out the Samurai. It pumps up so it does not die. This is actually not too shabby. Unless our opponent has... Alright, they don't get to... They don't lose the Samurai, which is annoying, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst, everybody. So here's how we do this. Rockface Village. Okay, so... Is there a way out of this? Is there any... Okay, I think... Triggering this. Go to face. Do you block opponents? They do. Alright. Okay. If we can somehow survive the next 4 cards, I think we have a shot. But our opponent's probably going to tick down right now. Watch. There it is. Every time. Okay. Bless Defiance. Heartfire Hero, number 2. Opponent. Wow, absorb. Oh, come on. Opponents. This isn't fun. This is not fun at all. 2 more cards in hand. Can we somehow get around this? Come on, opponent. You have to be out of counter spells by now. Opponent? Oh, come on. Opponent, you're not playing fair. Well, I mean, I guess they are kind of playing fair, but you know what I mean. I just want to be able to pull off my mice and do my fun mice things. That's fine. Next week, we will probably be the control deck. So, okay. The Field of Ruin are our little land there. We will get a mountain, of course. Okay, well, we're out of creatures, unfortunately, so this is going to be really awkward for us. But we're going to see if we can try to find a way around this. So, card for battle. Nope. Nothing yet. All right, come on, opponents. Memory Deluge. Yep. Dig out some stuff. What are they getting? Only imagine. Okay. They have a full hand. Oh, jeez. They're going to dig. Shark Typhoon. Okay. That might be the end of us, because I don't know a way we can pull this off unless we get our mouse back. Eye to the Meek. Okay, nothing still. Oh, boy. Well, you can kind of see right here where now the deck kind of just struggles. If we can't get at least one of our creatures to stick, this is when the deck starts having trouble, because we have a ton of spells that you can see we can cast, but we don't exactly have a target. Okay, Emberheart Challenger, but it might be too late, because our opponent has so much card advantage, we have a really hard time catching up right now. All right, we will see. Can we pull off anything here? Come on, opponents. Come on. All right. I think we're done. We can't fight through all this, everybody. I know sometimes I've said before, don't give up. But the frustrating part sometimes with decks like this is it's not fun. It doesn't make for good content. And I think that's why we're just going to have to we'll just have to cut these matches there. So let's just jump right back into it. Hopefully we'll get some more excitement maybe for this next one here. We're definitely going to get some wins. I know we can get some wins with this deck. It actually is possible. Don't worry. I believe in us. You have to believe. Okay, so with this, we'll play Cheeky House Mouse. Our cute little vanilla squeaker. Okay, come on, opponent. Got blue. We'll play a mountain. This actually works. So here's how we do this. So Manifold Mouse. Opponent. Spectral Sailor. That's fine. We target the mouse. We will give it double strike. So this forces our opponent to either block it or take 4 damage. Wow. They actually took the 4 damage. All right. Well, that's actually not too shabby for us. That little mouse can actually do some damage with the right pump. Furious Obsession. Okay. Looks like they're going to try to out-tempo us. I mean, that's fine. We still have ways of pushing through damage no matter what. Other planes. We don't need more planes. We need actually red mana, but okay. It's fine. So, double strike again. Down to 14. 13. Down to 11. Okay. Well, we are going to get there. I do believe in us. We can definitely get there. I'm just going to keep swinging. They will draw cards, but if we don't play into their game of counter spells, we should be able to then kind of sneak under what they're doing. Cryptic Coat. Alright. Well, let's see. Oh, come on, deck. Don't do this to me. Don't give me all the planes. Alright. Double strike again. Well, we are making progress here. Down to 9. Down to 7. Okay. Our opponent is definitely going to have to figure out something quick here, because unless they can bounce away our mice, they might actually lose. So, can we get there? Okay, swing it again. No blocks. Down to 10. They draw another card. Okay, deck, come on. Give me something to work with here. Okay, maybe we have too many lands. I mean, granted, we have 20 lands in the deck. So, that is a little bit high for what we're trying to pull off here. But, wow, they actually let it go. Down to 3. Okay, opponent. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If they have additional pump, we might have to do a desperation swing here. Okay, block here. Do you have anything else, opponent? No, they don't. Okay, so with that, hit the Supreme Phantom, Manifold Mouse. Desperation time. Do they have any other counterspell? We'll pay. Does that do it? Did we get there? Opponents. So that does soften up the whole team. Down to 4. They do draw a card, but that doesn't matter. All right, we got them. We did it, everybody. Watch. Down to 1. We thud. I did not think we were going to do it this way. Yes, we got him. Yeah, we did it. We got there. The thud out of nowhere from Cheeky House Mouse? Of all cards we had in the deck, we actually beat them with a Cheeky House Mouse. I can't believe that. This cute little mouse, just 2 little mice, beat out Mono Blue Tempo. Nice. Don't underestimate the mouse. They are quite mighty. Very mighty indeed. Okay. So we got our win there. So that's actually pretty nice. So there you go, everybody. You can see we actually can pull off a win. 1 for now, but we'll hopefully get some more. Okay. So with that, let's go ahead. Let's continue on. Hopefully, again, we can get a couple more victories. And then hopefully we'll be able to pull off some really sweet stuff here. All right. So with that, what do we got here? Okay. So we got Mind of the Meek, Heartfire Hero. That's actually pretty nice. All right, let's see. Opponent's still thinking. Okay, they are. We're going to keep this. I know. It's a 1-lander. But I think we can pull it off with this. Oh. Opponent is thought seizing us. Disgusting. What will they take? They'll most likely take the Heartfire Hero or the Ember Heart Challenger. That's mostly going to be the main cards. But they also know we only have 1 land in hand. So that probably, if they could take away our 1-drop. Oh, they took away Mabel? Oh, not what I was expecting at all, but okay. I guess that's fine. Heartfire Hero. Okay, well, the good news is then that means we do have a little bit of time now to build up some stuff. Gifted Etherborn. Okay. Okay, so we do have the Thud, which is great. And then with that, we will squeak by. Pump it up. We will then swing here. Do you block opponents? Maybe? Oh, they don't. Okay. Do a little bit more pumping. Draw a card. Down to 14. Okay. Well, not too bad in the early game. Okay, they're Mono Black Devotion. That's why. Okay, so they go up to 16. We're at 18. Blessed Defiance is not bad for later. So, I think we'll do Manifold Mouse. Okay. What do you got, opponents? Missing that land drop did kind of hurt. Because actually we really could have used that to give protection to Heartfire Hero just for a moment. Okay. So far, it stuck. We do get the trigger, so that's nice. Fatal Push. No surprise there. We always have a Fatal Push in hand. Okay. All right, so I think our next option here is we really do need at least another land. Otherwise, we're going to be struggling here quite a bit. But our opponent is down to 3 cards. Okay, we did get our next land, which is great. Ember Heart Challenger. Triggering off. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. Could draw a card off of that. That's great. We will double strike. Swing. Opponent. Down to 14. Down to 11. All right, not too shabby so far. We unfortunately lose a Plains, which is a little sad, so didn't want to lose as a land drop, but that's okay. Takanuma. All right. Opponent is Millen. What do they pull back? They pull back their Liliana. Okay, Schwamp. Do they play the Liliana? They got 5 mana open. We know 1 card, but the other 2 are still a mystery. All right, opponent wants to still keep swinging. That's cool. We're down to 14. They go up to 13, so we're still neck and neck. What are you going to do, opponents? What will you do? Oh. All right, so Meathook Massacre. But here's how we do this. Let's see. Bless Defiance. Let's see. Actually, we'll put it on here. That does pump up Emberheart. So we do lose it, but at least we get a spirit out of it, so it's not the worst. Opponent actually did not get that much value out of it, which is great for us. Down to 11. And we do have a little bit of insulation versus Liliana. That's actually great for us. They swing. No blocks. This does keep us in the running still. Do you play it? I'm expecting that Liliana at any point now. At least I hope they don't have another Meathook Massacre. That actually would kind of really ruin our day. No! Oh, man. Well, that really stunk. All right, now we're in a really bad spot here because our opponent really wanted to use that Sign in Blood. They draw some cards, ping themselves. Homestead Courage. So, I guess play 1 Cheeky House Mouse. This is unfortunately also sorcery speed, so if I'm guessing right now, our opponent is going to put in Liliana to forcefully keep away our creatures. Oh, Shieldred. All right, well, that's going to be really hard to beat. I don't know if we can beat it, but we'll try. No blocks. Down to 10. Liliana. I think that might be it for us, everybody. You got to remember, though, we do play budget, so budget is really hard to just deal with. Might of the Meek. Okay. Let's see. So with that, Homestead Courage on Cheeky House Mouse. So that does get a little bit more. Let's see. Take out the Liliana. I'm pretty sure Shieldred's going to block. Yep. No surprise there. Pump it. Draw a card. Oh, jeez. Come on. 2 thuds. So, yeah, we lost. Well, can't do anything against decks like this because the way it is on Arena, you have to all remember, everybody, the way the game works is it doesn't matter if we were playing budget, if our opponents are allowed to play non-budget, so it does kind of make us look a little bad. But don't worry, everybody. I can assure you that, again, the deck is not the most expensive. It's not the craziest, but it does work, at least when it wants to. Hopefully we'll get at least a good matchup that really can display what the deck is capable of. But you did see, we do have a couple of matchups where we kind of can struggle a little bit. But that's okay. That's okay. What I want you all to remember is obviously these streams and matches are not meant to show off, again, like these are top tier decks. These are, again, great decks for budget players out there who just want to at least get something going before they can actually start upgrading to some of the more high-end stuff. So if you do stick around to the end of the stream, I will definitely show you some awesome upgrades that you can play to make these decks even better if you do like what you see. Okay, Mountain, Heartfire Hero. So the way we need to do this is we need to pump up the hero. And, okay, we got to get around the life gain again. I swear they really want to put us against, like, life gain decks. This is so annoying. Okay, but that's okay. So with that, Plains. How do we do this here? I think Cheeky House Mouse. Pumping it up. It's a 3/3. We swing here. Do you do anything, opponents? No. All right. Okay, so I think what we'll need to do here is once they tap out, we will have to take out that Youthful Valkyrie. That's probably going to be our best shot here to get out of this situation. Come on, opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Anything at all. Don't take up too much time, opponents. Okay, Righteous Valkyrie is coming. So, as I expected, we have to then get rid of that ASAP. So we do pump up Heartfire Hero, which is great. We don't lose our Heartfire Hero, which is actually really sweet. So we do have now a better option here to push through damage. Opponent's only got 3 cards in hand, so that does give us some time. Let's see, how do we do this here? I think Mabel coming in. Our hero gets a little extra pump. So it's a 4/4. I don't think they're going to block, so that does give us time. Okay. If we can get a little bit more pump. Giada. Again. Scary. They get a little bit of life, but it's not the worst. Okay. Footflower Swordmaster. So let's see. How do we do this here? I think Offspring time. So we will pay. Our mice do get a little bit of pump here. Okay, so. Actually, no. Mabel does not swing. Well, actually, hold on. Do we want Mabel to swing? Okay, no. Heartfire Hero instead. Okay. Alright. So we do pump. Nice. It's a 6/5. Down to 13. Whew. Okay, we're almost there, everybody. I think we might be able to pull off on the next turn here. Righteous Valkyrie. They do gain life up to 14. They swing. Okay, so I think this is the turn, everybody. This has to be it. So let's see. How do we do this here? Okay. Okay. If we get the pump the whole team, I think that's the best option. Okay, so with that, let's see. How do we do this here? To face. Sacrifice the Offspring. Down to 11. Oh my goodness. I think we got there. Yes, we got there. Ah, we don't even have to swing. Thud. Sacrifice the Heartfire Hero. Yes, we got him. That's the trick, everybody. We did it. Take that, angels. Oh my goodness. That was so sweet. That is what I was trying to do with this whole time. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad we got that on stream. Yes. The combo finally worked. We got it. Yes. Love to see it. That is why mice right here are honestly better than the Blitz deck from the past. This is actually way better and more fun. Woo! I'm so glad we got that off. You got to see it, everybody. We did it. We definitely did it there. All right. So, whew. I feel good about that one. So I'm so glad you guys got to see that. But while we're doing that right now, real quick, I do want to remind all y'all again, if you are a fan of the content, we're already past the halfway point of the stream. Please make sure to give a like, follow, and subscribe wherever you do watch the content so you don't miss out on any gameplay, booster pack openings, deck techs, and so much more. We definitely are going to be going all in on Duskworn next week, so I'm sure you're all excited for that. Hit the mulligan this. Okay, this is definitely better. And from that, I assure you we will have a lot more fun with what we're going to be rocking. So for now, just hang in there. We'll try to, again, hopefully get some more fun stuff going, but don't not worry. We will definitely have some more fun, exciting stuff when the next set comes out next week. Wow, I can't believe it's already next week until we get the next set. I'm super duper excited for that one. May not be, again, my jam when it comes to doing something like, say, an actual horror set again, but it will be fun, I'm sure. And I look forward to it. Let's just start pumping our stuff up. Soldier hits for 3. Opponent, what do you got? Alright, tap land, that's fine. Emberheart Challenger, just fine. Do you have an answer, opponent? Obviously, you're playing Azorius, so... Yep. There we go. Always have the counterspell. Down to 16. This, once again, might be an uphill battle, everybody, but we're going to try to hang in there as best we can. Okay, opponent. Nothing yet. That's fine. That's actually not bad. This at least can help trigger off and pump it up. So we actually don't have to spend any of our cards just yet. So now it's a 3-3, which is great. Swing. Do they have the Wandering Emperor? Oh, Otomora. Okay. Well, we can do this. We don't need the planes, so we'll just toss that. Down to 13. Okay. If our opponent did that, I'm guessing they have to have another answer. Okay, so there's the Narset. Unfortunately, this does mean we cannot use Might of the Meek just yet. But we will see if we can get around that. Ooh, Mabel's actually not too shabby either. Okay, so with that, deny them another card just for now. All right, 6 lands. Sunfall. Opponents. Why are you that person? Okay. We're just going to do this just to draw a card off of their turn. Fortunately, though, that does mean we lose our creature. So that does make me a little sad. So at this point, sacrifice the village to dig for a creature. Any creature will do. Okay, cheeky house mouse. That's fine. I guess we can work with that. Ooh, another cheeky house mouse. Okay, so cheeky house mouse number 1. Okay, with that, we will add the Crag Flame to the deck. Now you can kind of see why I have the Crag Flame in the first place, everybody. Okay, swing. Memory Deluge. Oh, they're digging for an answer. I'm surprised they didn't turn on the Incubator. I was expecting that. Okay, 2 mana open. What do you got, opponent? Brazen Borrower. Well, we already do the damage, so I'm not too worried about that. We're still putting them at 11. But, man, they took away our Crack Flame. That's kind of tootables. Alright. Here comes Teferi. Once again, another staple of Zori's control. Okay, draw a card. Alright, they will untap some lands. Same old. Okay, mountain. We still have ways of getting around stuff here, so here's how we do this. Cheeky house mouse, number 2. Come on. Opponent. What do you have for an answer? I'm sure you have something. Okay. And then we will turn on our second cheeky house mouse. So this is actually kind of nice. Gives it haste and it gives it a little bit of pump. So that does give us a shot here. We swing. It's tempting to take out the Narset so I can draw a card. But what do they got? What do you got, opponent? Pushing through damage here. Okay, so I guess we don't have a choice there. We'll just have to take it. Down to 9. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. They draw a card again. Very annoying. So they're up to 4 cards in his hand. Omen of the Seas. Interesting they picked that card. Not the most efficient because of the cost, but let's see how that goes. This is... I am going to have to look at partially a control deck for the room package that we're hoping to build soon. But we'll see. Okay, so opponent does not have a creature land, so I guess that helps us out for a little bit. Turn on our cheeky house mouse again. Not gonna lie, this cute little mouse has been a lot more helpful than I thought. I am impressed with how it's been doing. Okay, okay, raise and borrow, bounces back. Okay, opponent is stalling as much as they can. But okay, well, the mouse is back. Brazen Borrower. Opponent hasn't done a single point of damage versus us, but we're going to try as best we can. Okay, now we got both of the Brazen Borrowers down. Thankfully, though, they cannot block our mouse. All right, so they got a Castle Ardenvale. I think our best shot here is if they start swinging, maybe, just maybe, we can fling our mouse. That is asking a lot. Okay, they draw a card. All right. Is there any hope out of this? Gird for battle. Come on, deck. Please tell me they have to be out of options here. Rockface Village. It's a 4-2. We swing. Do they use the Castle Ardenvale? They do. Okay. Now. They block. Might of the Meek. Do you have another answer, opponents? Please don't have another answer. I just want to see if I can get another win here. Come on, opponent. Be nice. Please? Melvin's veto. Okay. So we cannot push through damage. Oh, we're so close. So close. Oh, I can taste it. Oh, man. So obviously our opponent probably has... They have 3 cards in hand. Man. You have to admit, though, even for a budget deck versus Azorius Control, which is definitely not holding back on their budget, you have to admit that our deck actually can do a pretty good job against something that's so overwhelmingly powerful against us. That does... We have been kind of pressuring our opponent quite a bit here. So you have to give the deck at least a little bit of credit for the cheap cost. Now, granted, I can obviously tell you right now what the main upgrades are. Opponent is just now being really nasty here. They did not have to Sunfall the whole battlefield. Come on. All right, we got a Plains. We can't do anything else. Okay, we'll give it one more turn. And there's not really anything else we can do. But again, I have to at least give credit to the fact that our deck has done a decent job of keeping themselves in there. But unfortunately, it looks like our opponent has now just done their thing, where they've gotten their emblem off. Okay, Harfire Hero is actually not bad here. Okay. Oh man, if we only had one more pump spell, I think we would have been fine. Alright, well. Opponent just gets rid of our thing. We'll put out there another card, but it doesn't matter. And the only thing we can do is just wait it out. Well, we're not dead. Not yet. If we can get maybe one pump spell, something. Maybe we might have one turn. Maybe. Maybe not. I forgot about that they can pick it, so... Now they have another Field of Ruin. Well, I don't like losing this way. It makes me a little sad, but... Alright, Memory Deluge. But I mean, it is what it is, everybody. We gave it our best shot here. Manifold Mouse is not bad, but we can't turn it on, so... Well, I think we'll just cut it there. Dang, we were so close. So close. But our opponent just wanted to be a little stinky. Okay. It's totally fine. Let's go ahead, let's give it another shot. We want to keep playing as much as we can. We'll see if we can just get some more wins here, and hopefully we can get some victories. Otherwise, for those of you that are still watching at this point, even though I look incredibly bad as a player, thank you again, and I do appreciate all of you supporting me. If you do want to continually support me, as always, be sure to, again, if you haven't already done so, you can like, follow, and subscribe to me wherever you watch the content. I do, of course, stream not only here, but I also am on Twitch right now, and I'm also on X, Twitter. I probably should change that logo, but I don't really want to, because honestly, I like the bird better, but you get the idea. If you do want to then keep up with our small community of growing fiery friends, be sure to check me out also on Discord. We definitely have a cool place where you can hang out. It's not anything super pumping right now, super popping, if you will. But if you are looking for a place where you do want to just hang out, it's not super crazy busy as a Discord, check us out there. I will definitely leave a link, of course, in the details below at the end of this stream. All right, with that, let's get our Ember Heart Challenger in. All right. I'm guessing removal's going to come right now. That's our opponent for you. Yep. No surprise. Cheeky House Mouse still gets in for 2. We have another Ember Heart hero and another Cheeky House Mouse, so it's not like we have no options. Oh, okay. Well, Mountain there's not bad. Oh, they're playing Grixis, so I have no idea what they got. We'll see. Do you have more removal opponents? Okay. Ooh. That actually helps us out a bit here. Pump up. Nice. No. Oh, we actually could have used that land, but okay. Correction for black. Oh, actually, we'll take that white. That's fine. That works too. Wow. Losing 3 life that actually did hurt our opponent quite a bit. So now they're at 10. 8? Wow. Oh, that's why it's the massacre. All right. That's fine, I guess. Not what I want to see, but okay. So, Plains, Cheeky House Mouse, which honestly, I'm actually really surprised at how much work this card has done. Not to mention, Rockface Village also has been very helpful for us. I am really surprised and very impressed with how well this village has been doing. This has definitely been putting a lot of work into our matches today. Even if we've been losing, it's still pretty impressive for what it is. So, I'm actually pretty impressed with that. Alright, opponents. Nothing. Lanes. So as you can see, like even with this, you can actually, a mouse can actually challenge a giant, which is hilarious for me. Oh, Den Splendid, welcome. Thanks again for stopping by. Oi, what'd you miss? Just us playing a little bit of Boros Mice. Wow, yeah, it's kind of hilarious that a mouse can actually beat down a giant. But, hey, it does help. Okay, so they're at 8. They opt. But again, thanks again for stopping by. All right, opponent right now is kind of got us a little bit on the edge here, but that's okay. We're having still fun. Storm Chaser's talent. All right, so they make an otter token. Also, since you missed it earlier, we were asking around from everyone else, what are you most excited for? What cards are you looking forward to next week when we start playing over on Duskmorn? I know you have told me already you're definitely hyped for quite a few cards that are coming out. But I don't know about you, but also I'm looking forward to having a lot of awesome deck techs that we're going to be coming out with soon. Okay, our opponent is basically a control deck, and they've got the Shark Typhoon down. All right. Yep. All right. Well, this might be a little hard for us to get through here. We're going to try. We're very close. Okay, our deck is betraying us completely here because we're getting nothing but lands. But again, hopefully you're having a great day wherever you're at. Okay, opponent managed to get to level 3. Down to 14. Gird for battle. Alright, still no creatures. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. I know you were going to say that, definitely. I'm pretty sure you already voted in the poll on YouTube, but it looks like Rooms are going to take it very easily for our first deck tech. So I'm definitely going to be building that. I will put together a very in-depth deck tech on Rooms. Hopefully we'll have a very fun, awesome room deck for the set. Okay, our deck is completely betrayed us now. We'll give it one more turn, but I don't think we're going to win this one. Oh yes, we also are definitely going to work on that demon, that really big one. Also, you missed it earlier when Suki was here. He did mention that yeah, we talked about our first stream next week. It's gonna be involving a certain balloon clown. I actually don't like clowns, but it is actually something that's actually pretty impressive for what it can do. So we definitely already have that deck set to go. Okay, so here's how we do this. How do we do this here? Maybe we'll do it this way. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think we can pull it off here. All right, and then turn you on. I don't think our opponent's going to let us do this, though. Nope. Watch. Yep. And then with that, unfortunately, we get no value out of this. So, yep. We lose here. All right. Well, moving on to the next one. That's okay. That's okay, everybody. Okay, we're going down in platinum, but that's okay. I honestly don't really care about my ranked. Platinum, as I've told everybody before, and I might make a new video on that. As long as you can get the platinum, that's mostly as the best the average player can do. Because beyond that, that's a lot more grinding for not very many good rewards. Literally, you're only going to get one more pack if you go higher than platinum, which is honestly, even as a content creator, that's just not worth it to me. But okay, imagine copying a tally with the Balloon Man. Oh yes. Oh yes, I know. We've talked about this already for quite a while, but I know you are excited for that. Don't worry. We definitely will have some fun with a certain balloon clown, even if I find him absolutely horrifying, next week. Don't worry. That will be the stream next week. So we're definitely going to be playing a balloon clown that many of you have probably seen from the set, that we're going to see, can we copy and make a bunch of frightening balloon tokens that will destroy our opponent. Hopefully it'll turn out as well as I think it is, in my head at least. I think it'll do well. All right, so opponent right here is thinking. All right, Blooming Marsh. Thoughtseize. All right, so there goes our Heartfire hero. So that's going to stink right now. Watch. Definitely going to take that away. Watch. Oh, they took away the Ember Heart Challenger. Interesting. All right, well, I mean, that's a choice too. I'm guessing they probably have removal for this anyway, but we'll see. If we can get down at least the Blessed Defiance, we should be okay. They shocked themselves 16. Yep, Fatal Push. Yeah, no surprise, so we just ping them for 1. At least the mouse did something. Okay, Tiny Bones. And now we don't do anything. All right, if our opponent starts stealing our mice, once again, we're gonna have to then just call it, because if our opponent is gonna play them. Okay, Manifold Mouse is not bad. So we'll play it for 1. Okay. The pump doesn't do anything, unfortunately, because we can't swing just yet, but. And we can't use Reckless Rage just yet either, which is kind of awkward. Okay. It's okay, though. If it somehow, by some miracle, survives the next turn, we can then at least Bless Defiance. Our opponent is going to steal something again. Joy. Not a fan of decks that steal things from opponents. Even when I played it, I really don't feel good doing it, but hey. Planes again. We will, I guess, double strike. Okay, so with that, no attacks yet. Okay, we really need at least one way to actually pump our creature up. If we could do that, then maybe we got a shot around this. Delissa. That's actually bad. Okay, so I think. Pump it to 3. Glissa here. Get rid of Glissa. Okay. Make a token there. Block the Tiny Bones, so no more stealing. Down to 11. Ooh, that took a lot out of me. Ouch. Let's see. Deck will be like a bunch of creatures that have good ETBs and death triggers. Like a weird but funny version of Blink. Yeah. So the whole deck's idea, I mean, because I can give a small little, I might be able to give a preview for it later on. What we're looking to do with the deck is we're going to try to put out as many creatures as we can. We'll copy them and turn them into balloons, which will be hasty. Even though they are weak, their enter triggers will create for us enough value to overwhelm our opponent and get our victory. That's mostly what the deck is going to try to do. All right. No value here, unfortunately. We're going to have to wait it out. All right. Come on, opponent. All right. Man, losing our mouse there really, really hurt us. Ouch. Okay. So we lose our token.
One of your friends
Oh,
has
boy.
to leave.
All right, doesn't matter here what we do because even if, say, like we block here. Wait, hold on. I guess I can survive one whole turn, but it doesn't really matter. Ouch. Oh, boy. Down to 3. The land doesn't do it, and we lose again. Oh, boy. Well, don't worry. I think next week we will definitely see a lot more victories. But right now, we are just looking absolutely terrible right now. But, I mean, that's one of the frustrating things I would say about Arena. Even if you put together a cheap deck, I know they technically say they have an algorithm to kind of smooth them out so people are more fairly balanced with decks. But I don't believe that for a second. You can see already in our matches, we always get matched up against some really gnarly stuff that we just don't have a way of dealing with. Unless if we actually put in more upgrades to our deck. But that's not the point of what we do here. We do here budget decks. So we're just going to have to roll with it. So keep that in mind, of course, everybody. Dance Planet. Climbing till I'm platinum with new and improved dungeon deck. Oh. Well, again, I hope that works out for you. You should be able to get there no problem with dungeons. You should have no problem getting to platinum with even the dungeon deck. They're not even the... It's not the strongest deck. I know myself from personal experience, but you can definitely do it. I believe in you for that. I know you can do it. Okay, opponent's playing Mountain. Monastery Swiss here. Okay. Looks like they're playing aggro. We have a Mountain. Okay, so we definitely have enough lands, which is fine. Maybe we should reevaluate the land base for this deck. Maybe. Maybe. Don't want to go too low. Alright, second Mountain. Slick shot show off. Alright. Looks like our opponent is going to try to be more aggro than we are, but we'll see. Can we outdo them? Down to 17. Ember Heart Hero. We do our damage down to 18. Now, let's see. Can they outrace us? That is the question. Come on, opponent. Do you have removal? They're looking at our Ember Heart Hero. Oh, there's the shock. So they get some. So this is actually what you see on screen as the alternate to what we have. But I wanted to still say, I think at least building a mouse deck just kind of shows you a little bit of differences in what you can do if you want to try something that's not normally the tiered deck. But again, we'll talk about this near the end of the stream. Okay, Homestead Courage. We will put down Ember Heart Challenger again. If they have removal, we are at least prepared now for that. Alright. Pump. Okay, come on. Survive the hit. That's all I need you to do. Don't destroy an opponent. Come on, please. Jeez. Alright. So we lose our next mouse again before we can trigger off. And, oh, wow. We actually lost another mouse there. Well, this is just going absolutely horrible for us. Can't even use Reckless Rage. So, pass here. Yeah, Platin is where I belong or casual. I want to witness all the fun nonsense in my life. Oh, yeah. I agree with that. Okay. Opponents. Okay, so they got their Hazoret, and they got a Mountain. Well, doesn't look like we're going to be ranking up at all today in today's stream. At some point, I am planning, of course, on doing maybe 1 or 2 serious streams where we're actually going to see, can we actually rank up with a tiered deck? You know, some people would look at me and be like, Infernoman, you never really look like you're actually a very good player. But it's only just because I kind of shortchange myself by playing a lot of cheap decks. I don't really show off that many powerful decks I do. But when I do, you better all watch out. I actually can be quite capable if you actually give me something that's actually decent. Well, I mean, I suppose if you're halfway decent with any top tier deck, you probably could rank up very easily. All right. Okay, looking at the clock right now, depending on how quick these might take, we might try to pull off at least maybe 1 or 2. Well, actually, no. Probably have enough time for maybe three more matches, depending on how long they take. So, don't worry. we are getting close to the end here. And it's not that I don't want to, again, as always, cut stream short. It's just I have a little bit of less time in my life versus some other people out there. So don't worry. We, of course, will manage to still put up this replay if you do want to check it out. That will be available for you, as always, up as a copy on both X and also YouTube. If you do want to check out if you want to check out past stuff, we have everything there. We have all of our deck techs. You can check out everything there. I will assure you, you'll find something if you're interested in playing budget and seeing how well you can do if you do want to try something a little bit off the beaten path. But okay, with that, let's go ahead. All right, Mountain, Heartfire Hero. Come on, deck. I know we can get a couple more wins today. Spectral Sailor. Okay, looks like it's going to be a tempo deck again, which is fine. We can definitely get around that. We did it earlier. Another island. I'll send my new and improved dungeon deck in the Discord under Historic. Check it out later. Oh, yeah. I will definitely check that out. I'm sure it's pretty awesome. Okay, Heartfire Hero number 2. Okay, so how do we do this here? Let's swing. Do they block? I'm pretty sure they will not. So, down to 19. Emperor Heart Challenger. I do look forward to that. Yeah, definitely throw it out there on the Discord, which all of you who are watching, you can also join the Discord. That link will, of course, be available for you. Do not worry. You will definitely not be disappointed. Mausoleum Wanderer. All right, so it's actually mono blue spirits. I actually might look at a spirit deck once we get to Duskmourn. There are a couple of cool spirits that are in the set. We actually haven't done a spirit deck, so I think we might do one coming soon. Okay, so with that, let us play... Okay, how do we do this here? Let us... pump up the Heartfire Hero. Okay. We have 2 cards in hand. If they counterspell now, that's fine. That actually helps us out. Pump? Opponents? Do you have an answer? Oh, they do. Well, this is actually fine for us. Okay. Oh, actually, they did not. Okay. We swing. Nothing, opponents? Okay. Down to 13. Second Heartfire Hero comes in. Alright, so we do have options here, which is nice. They swing. Looks like it's a battle of attrition. We are slugging it out with our opponent here. Mausoleum Wanderer number 2. Okay, so how do we do this here? How do we get out of this? I think... Pump up the Ember Heart Challenger. I want to see, will they get baited out of anything? Draw a card. Okay, we did get a land. That's great. That's what we needed. Do they counterspell, though? They do not. Ooh. Okay, well, that helps us out a bit here. Okay, so. Big swing here. Do you block, opponents? They do. Okay, so here's how we do this. Take out Supreme Phantom. Pumping up Ember Heart Challenger. Come on. I have to bait out a counterspell here. I know you have a counterspell, opponent. Come on. I dare you. I dare you, opponents. You have to have something. There it is. Okay. Might of the Meek. Pumping up Heartfire Hero here. There we go. That's what I wanted. So, that pumps it up. Come on. South to 6. Oh, that's actually really nice. That's actually really nice for us. Ooh. Wow, they actually counterspelled that? I'm surprised. Wow. Down to 6, though. So we still have the edge. We definitely can pull this off. I think we can do this next turn. Curious Obsession. All right. 1 card in hand. It's going to be 2 in a second because they have to swing with that. Draw a card. What do you got, opponents? Scented. Also, I played a bit of Brawl with Danitha, New Bonalia's Light. Very slept on, you say. Oh, I actually haven't tried her out. I might consider her now that you bring that up. We'll talk about that in a bit. Okay. Pumping onto the whole team. Actually, I realize I don't even need to swing here, but I'm going to do it anyway because I can. Come on, opponent. What do you block? Anything? Anything at all? Just block, opponent. Come on. I'll take this win. Okay. Go. Down to 3. And then with that, there you go, everybody. That was what we wanted to do with the deck. Sacrifice the Heartfire hero. Get some pump. Doesn't matter. We beat our opponent there with the fling. Yes, we got him. Nice. Very nice. That's what you wanted to do with the deck again, everybody. That is the power of the deck. So, I think we have time for maybe one more match. And then we'll go to our wrap-up at the end here. I know. I'm sorry I can't really do a longer stream, but one day we will definitely do a lengthier stream, maybe when I have a little bit more time on my hands. So, win or lose on this one, we're going to see if we can try to get at least one more in, and I think from there we can go and pull off some stuff. Okay, so with that, let's see. Can we do one more today? Can we get one more victory with our deck? Let us try. Heartfire hero. All right, what do you got, opponent? Swamp. All right, it's fine. Plains. Ember Heart Challenger. Down at 17. Good start. 2 swamps. Okay, well, that's fine. Let us play. You know what? We're going to get a little greedy right now. Offspring. A second Swordmaster. Swing again. Do you have an answer, opponent? They do. Go for the throat. That's fine. Because what we can do is we can pump up the entire team in just a bit here. Alright. They make us throw away... We'll throw away the... Homestead Courage. That's fine. Plains. Ember Heart Challenger. Okay. This is what we want to do, everybody. So, sweep by on Heartfire Hero. Nice. Yes, this is how you want to do it, everybody. The go wide strategy. Down to 8. All right. Now, unless they have a Wrath, they do. We still can actually get there, because here's how we do this. Okay, so with that, we will Cheeky House Mouse. We then pump up the Cheeky House Mouse. 3-1. Homestead Courage. 4-2. Down to 2. All right. I think we might actually get there. Fatal Push. Wow, okay. Opponent is getting a little desperate here. Liliana of the Veil. Oh, jeez. Slowing us down there. They make us throw away a card. That was not fun. That's okay. They're still down to 2. They go to level 2. Come on, deck. Anything. Oh, jeez. All right. We're going to hold on to that. Daniel. Oh, boy. A mouse? Yes. We're hoping that maybe we can close it out here, but our opponent right now... Oh, man. They got us on the ropes. So, Cheeky House Mouse. When we could turn it on, it's just not enough. Now they actually have an actual blocker here, and Liliana can tick down. Oh, jeez. So close right here, everybody. It doesn't matter if I swing or not, because they'll just gain life, so we can't really swing. They're just going to take down anyway. Oh, boy. So close. Our only way out of this right now is maybe... I don't know. Actually, I'm trying to think right now. Do we have anything that can stop this? I don't think we have anything that can stop an Aclazaz. Oh, boy. They just refueled completely. Man. Well, this is not exactly how I wanted to end this. But, man, we came really close. I wonder if we made a misplay at some point. Down to 6. And they go up to 6. We go down to 2. All right, once again, another Cheeky House Mouse does not do it for us. We can play it. We can even trigger it to make it go and do some damage, but it's just not enough. Man, we were so close on that one. Maybe we should have ended the stream and actually one match earlier, but okay. Well, I'll let you just get this win, opponent. It's fine. Not what I wanted to see, but it's okay.
We all have things we'd rather.
You know what? Oh, come on, opponent. That was just not necessary. They draw a card. They gain some life. Ouch. Well, that was absolutely terrible. You know what? Maybe I can squeeze in one more. That was not how I wanted to end it, everybody. That was... Originally, I thought we were going to win that one, but man, they came back so hard at the end there. It kind of made us look dumb. All right, so let's try again. I think we could squeeze in one more. I do believe we can squeeze in one more. I want to see if I can get at least one more win on stream. Just one win. I'm not asking for much, Arena. Just give me at least one more shot to show off this deck. That's all I'm asking. Swamp again. We got a Thud. Put down Mountain. Shovel. Okay. Can we get around a Shovel? Mountain again. I think we'll put this down now. No attacks. They'll ticket on it. Do they have removal? Maybe I shouldn't actually put that down first. Dead weight. Ouch. Okay, so they're playing with auras. That's actually interesting. Swing. Hit us for 19. Another Ember Heart Challenger. So, let's see. Down to 21. We do have at least protection now. Okay, Den Splendor. A reminder. I played like 7 games with the given deck. It was 5 wins and 2 losses. Oh, they're playing an enchantment deck. That's interesting. Golgari enchantments? That's actually kind of sweet and original. Okay, so... pump there. It was 5 wins and 2 losses. I underestimated because I usually don't play Selesnya because I'm more of a black, Dimir, Esper, or weird red. Well, I mean, sometimes that just happens with you. Don't worry. You will definitely get your win in next time. I believe in you. Okay, so with that, Ember Heart Challenger. Which one do you block, opponent? They don't block. Okay. Down to 17. We're gonna try to see how well we can get around this. We do have at least one protection spell. So with that, Lauren's escape. So we do protect at least for a turn. Reckless Rage. Ooh, okay. That'll be helpful for next turn. So we can get rid of the Shovel. That'll be great. We unfortunately lose one Reckless Rage. But we have another right now, so this is actually pretty nice for us. So here's how we do this. Wow, we're going all in right now on these suckers. Woo! Nice. Shovel is down, which is great. Big swing here. Which one do you block, opponent? Obviously, you'll block that one. That's not a surprise. Might of the Meek. At the very least, we can get rid of their Setessan champion. So that's nice. Woo! Down to 9. All right, we're making a comeback. Not too bad. They still have a lot of cards in hand, though, so I am a little scared. But we're going to try. Okay. Temple of Malady. All right. Setessan champion number 2. And Euphemia. Wow, I haven't seen her in a while. They get to make a token. It's annoying. That's okay. Okay, so how we do this. Cheeky House Mouse pumping up one of our Ember Heart Challengers. Draw a card. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually not too shabby. Manifold Mouse for Offspring. Nice. All right, we're making it. All right, pump up both. We will put Double Strike and Double Strike. This puts our opponent in a really bad spot where they're going to have to block. They don't have a choice. All right. Opponents. Wow, okay, they do block both. They're both down. We're not done yet, everybody. We're going to try. We can't give up. We have to try, maybe, just maybe, to get out of this. Test champion number 2. I'm sorry, number 3 at this point. Oh, wow, they have all of them. All right. Hateful Eidolon. They draw cards. Wow. They're finding a way around us. We're going to try. Oh, wow. Okay, so they went all out. Whew! They just really stocked their whole hand. Okay. Completely tapped out at this point. So, here's how we do this. We got to try to find a way around. Emberheart Challenger. Pumping it up. Draw some cards. Okay, so, Mountain. Offspring Manifold Mouse. Woo! Okay, well, we're going to try here. Okay. Draw another card. Trample. Double strike. Trample. Double strike. Swing with just those two. Is that enough? Is that enough against our opponent? Oh man, if we just had at least one more pump spell, I think we could have gotten there. Alright. Opponent, what do you got? Anything at all? Man, if I only just had, again, one more pump spell, I think we could have pulled this off. We have a Thud. Okay. Opponent, they're thinking about it. Ooh, okay. I don't know why our opponent blocked like that, but... Okay. I think we got him, everybody. Yes, this is the way you want to end it. Sacrifice the Emberheart Challenger. To the face. There we go, everybody. That's what we're talking about here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, my goodness. We had no business winning that one. But we did it. We did it. Oh, I'm so happy that was how we ended it. I'm so glad we tried one more match, everybody. That, I think, will be the conclusion of today. I know, a little cutting it short, everybody, but again, I got to get ready for my big boy job. So before we go, let's go ahead, let's do our wrap-up like we always do. Thank you again, everybody, for hanging in there this long. Let's kind of now talk about this briefly. So that for you, everybody, was Mighty Mouse. And you tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? Let's see. Let me put this actually over here for a second. To be perfectly honest with you, I actually do like the deck. I like what it's trying to do. But again, as much as I've been having fun with this, you kind of saw, as always, being on a budget does mean that you're going to have sometimes some bad matchups. You kind of saw our biggest weakness is spot removal. If your opponent can spot removal your stuff, you're going to have a bad time. If you tend to go wide, be mindful of when to go wide or when to go big with this deck. That's going to be one of the trickiest ways to play this deck is you do have options, but it's a little bad because other decks out there like the Slickshot Show Off aggro deck, that one's all in on going super big and fast, whereas other decks like Boros Convoke focus on, again, going super fast but super wide. Our deck is capable of doing both, but it doesn't do one or the other very well. So we're more of a jack of all trades, but a master of none style of deck. Keep that in mind. However, as you saw, we were able to somehow pull off a miracle there, and we got our last win there by getting a bunch of triggers off with cards like Manifold Mouse. Wow, I underestimated how well this card does, but it does put in a lot of work. Cheeky House Mouse actually is very cute, and actually it's actually pretty good for the going rate it has. So definitely wouldn't underestimate that card at all. I wanted to use Mabel a little bit more, but she didn't get a chance to shine as much as I'd like to. So that was a bit of a shame, but that's okay. The other thing I would definitely say that helps us out is maybe if we put in another Lupin Flower Village, that can help us dig out another creature if we end up getting into an awkward moment where you kind of saw we got wrathed a couple times and we'd had no action. So that was one of the biggest weaknesses to our deck. Other things I would say is Rockface Village here. This card is actually an all-star. For a mouse deck, or if you put this into lizards, otters, or raccoons, I greatly underestimated how well this card does. It triggered off our Valiant so much on a lot of our cards that it actually gave us a fighting chance against many decks that we usually would have just scooped up even sooner than expected. So definitely, again, highly recommend a copy of this if you're going to play mice, otters, lizards, or raccoons. Don't leave home without it. Now, if you're interested, of course, in upgrading the deck, honestly, I think you can keep this deck as is. You actually don't need to change anything in the main deck. However, the one thing I would upgrade, of course, is get a better mana base ASAP. Getting a better mana base will avoid any awkward situations that you may have if you have opponents that want to take advantage of certain things. Now, obviously, this will be a pretty easy one, just because, again, as I mentioned, it's only just the mana base. So get in everything that you can that comes into play untapped. So get your Sacred Foundries ASAP. Get your Battlefield Forages. You can get Needle Verge Pathways. In terms of the other lands, I do not recommend for the deck, of course, things like the tap lands, like the Surveil lands. That's not what this deck is going to do. It doesn't help you at all. The same thing with cards like Temple of Triumph. Cards that are a little trickier to evaluate would be cards like Sundown Pass or Inspiring Vantage. If you have to pick, don't go with Sundown Pass because you want your lands untapped in the early part. They're better off being tapped in the late game. So get Inspiring Vantage otherwise. So in other words, I would just say Sacred Foundry, Inspiring Vantage, Battlefield Forge, and Needle Verge Pathway. Those are going to be your go-to lands to get the most value out of the deck. If you want a creature land, however, this is where things get a little more interesting. Now, if you want some value, Iganjo, Seed of the Empire, great for the deck, just to give you a little bit more push. Den of the Bugbear, maybe in the deck. It's not a mouse. It doesn't create mice, but it can be at least a backup plan if you need some way to create some tokens and go wide just to, again, beat your opponent down. If you're otherwise caring about other ways, you can also use Soka's and Crucible Defiance. A single copy of that is perfectly fine as well. If you want to, I don't probably recommend Castle Ardenvale for you. It's a little too expensive. This is more for, again, a control deck. But again, mostly it's going to come down to use your Iganjo, Den of the Bugbear, Soka's Zen, and of course, all the dual lands that come into play untapped and be as aggro as possible. That's mostly what I'm going to recommend for you. Otherwise, if you want to try a similar deck, I know it's not the best answer, but if you do want to, you could try Boros Convoke. If you want to focus on the go wide strategy, you can also go with, again, the Slick Shot Show Off. I actually did show off on stream a couple of months ago when Thunder Junction came out. There were some really awesome plays you can do there if you are interested in that, but I'll put, of course, all that up a little bit later on. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I have for you, everyone. Before we go, as always, I will show you, for my true fiery friends who've stuck around all the way to the very end of the stream, you'll be able to see what we're going to be playing in the future. So we have a deck right here that's going to be focusing on a certain clown/human that's going to be coming out from Duskmourn. Yes, it's the commander is placeholder for now, but you will definitely see it's actually pretty awesome. We've been working on a new discard, but I'm going to wait for Duskmourn to come out because there's a couple cards I want to play in there. And of course, we're going to be looking at a couple of other decks that are not quite finished yet that I'm looking to kind of just put together. So we have Room Control here. This is actually going to be part of what you guys wanted to see that I'll be definitely putting together very soon. So don't worry. A Room deck is coming, but we just need those cards to come out so we can kind of play test a little bit and see how much we need to tweak for the future. But otherwise, I think that's pretty much all I just want to say for now, everybody. In terms of the upcoming deck techs, I mentioned earlier, but I'll say it one more time. The cycling deck, I'm working on this right now. This will be coming out over on the weekend, so stick around for that one. If you just want to enjoy another part of our Basically series, the series where we talk about super awesome budget decks that don't cost you a single rare or mythic to build. So hopefully you guys will look forward to that in the future. But otherwise, I think that's mostly it for today, everybody. Thank you one more time for everybody that has taken the time to sit and watch me and enjoy my content. Because again, we'll be having a lot more fun next week when we get to enjoy Duskmourn. But until that time comes, have a wonderful week, everybody. Enjoy your Wednesday wherever you're at. But I do want to remind everybody one more time. Hold on. Wait, did it go? Wait a second here. Okay. I want to do my cool little outro, everybody. Just remember that, again, no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. Later.